What did you learn from that trouble you got in, where you got taken off the air, like you said, for asking that question, and then you got brought back, but you're still out there every week, telling it like it is. I mean, how do you walk that line? Do you walk a line, or do you just go for it?
It's a hard line to walk, Brian. I'm not going to say any more than that. I have a job.
Yeah.
Love my job. I have to be able to speak to people. I now have a radio show that I just started. I apologize about the dogs, but we're all in our homes. I have a radio show, and I love my radio show. And I got to get you on my show, and I got to get you back on Justice. But let me tell you a little about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a liar. He is a plagiarist. He's an embarrassment. He can't put together a single thought or a concept. Joe Biden plagiarized pretty much his whole professional life, whether it was Neil Kinnock. He absolutely picked up the same speech that Neil Kinnock used about his family in the coal mines and that. And then he lied about, he was fighting with someone and he said, I got a full scholarship to law school. Well, he didn't. And on and on. And there are like 10 places where he's plagiarized while he was in politics. Not as a young kid looking for a job. Kids, they bump up their resumes, their CVs. He also is on the wrong side of most issues. He is, he's all good. Look, he was with the Obama administration. He was sitting in the Oval Office when they were setting up Michael Flynn, a 3-star general, with a fake investigation, and ended up indicting him for perjury, setting him up to lie and to prosecute him. Obama is part of the deep state of Obama, and Biden is part of the deep state. What I'm trying to convince people of is that, number one, he doesn't want to debate Donald Trump. Donald Trump can make mincemeat out of anybody. Joe Biden is afraid of him. He'll use a pandemic. I think it's hysterical when he and his wife come out together and they're wearing their masks, They've been housed together since the pandemic started, and they're wearing masks together when they come out. What is the point of the mask? The point of the mask is to basically kind of dehumanize. It's to, frighten people. You don't know who's behind the mask. It's to give people cover. It's exactly what the anarchists and the protesters need. It strikes fear. There's something going on. There are all kinds of subliminal messages to that mask. And, he's always in that black mask. And as far as I'm concerned, Joe Biden's history, his intellect, and the people that he is supported by, the most leftist progressive, like Bernie Sanders says he's the most progressive Democrat candidate for president. He believes in the Green New Deal, where they want to take planes out of the sky. They want to stop us from eating meat. They said because of the flatulence of the cows and, the emissions, the carbon emissions. Give me a break. But they want to control us, Brian. This is about control. And Americans, in our DNA, this is not in our DNA to be controlled. And, Bubba in Texas and Middle America may not be talking now, but I'm telling you, they're going to be talking in November. The only problem is this. With illegals being given the right to vote, and you say, well, illegals can't vote. There are states that allow them to vote. They give them licenses. What is a license? It is a point of identification within which you can then sign up to vote. You can motor vote and register on the same day. Why did Obama not purge the voter registration rolls for 8 years? So we can leave dead names on those voter registration rolls so people can vote in the name of the guy who died 8 years ago. There's all kinds of moving pieces here. Joe Biden cannot compare. He's been in the swamp for 40 years and he wants to talk a big game. What has he done? Nothing. He has done nothing. And he says that he supports police. Police all went with Donald Trump. The National Organization of all police associations support Donald Trump. And that's big in this time.